Okay, got the air intake here for the exhaust system all finished. Got 4 intakes, an 8-inch with the HEPA filter, like so, all plastic welded together. So it slides into these grooves in the ceiling, just like that. So you can see it just slides in. I still got to sand and paint this here. Little small things. Okay, so 4-inch blast gates, which will, with this piping here, we'll connect this like so, and then this will run to a tank. That's going to be a whole separate topic, how I'm going to build the fume hoods for the tanks. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to hook this up real quick. Inch flexible duct, stainless steel clamps for said duct, and so I've actually got to cut this just a little bit. I'm not going to do it right now, but what I want to do just for this video is demonstrate how all of this works. So this is a 960 cubic feet per minute chemical resistant exhaust blower from McMaster-Carr. Okay, so I'm just going to connect this. Might take a sec. Alright, so I just loosely connected this for the sake of the video and just demonstrating how everything is working so far. I'm pretty happy with the plastic welding. It enables me to build a lot of different things. So I was able to build this whole box, these brackets. I was able to weld plastic, curved plastic, weld it into this opening to make it all chemical resistant. Also, I was able to weld a band around the top of this drum to give it some strength, as well as a splash pan for, you know, all the salt and stuff that tends to run off during the process of electroforming. So now I have a really good fan in here that will suck out all the fumes. I've not quite figured out exactly how to wire it up yet. I need a different switch. Basically, I can't speed control this. So what I've set up here is kind of temporary. So all I gotta do is just make sure everything is okay. I'm pretty sure it is. That's hooked up, it's open. I don't want to blow anything up. Okay. Turn it on. And then turn this baby on. There she goes. So suction wise, it's quite good. I can get a piece of paper here. So I'll just show you with the piece of paper. It's pretty good suction with the filter. Without the filter, it's very good. But I'm going to keep the filter because it also reduces the noise level on the outside of the house. So with filter, without filter, you can hear the difference in sound. But you can also see the suction is much better. Much better. Anyways, this is sufficient for this space. It's probably more than I need for this space. Look at that nice little plastic welded. I really like the plastic welding. I think I'm gonna be able to do a lot of different things with it. So now you can see I can just slide this back into place because this opening is just so incredibly tight. It was a real challenge to do all the work in here. And you know, everything is just super tight. This motor seems to vibrate a little more than I would like. Anyways, it's not a big deal. You see something's going on there, I don't even know. But it doesn't shut off. Anyways, I got a next thing I gotta do is figure out this wiring before I damage that motor. Okay, so this is the exhaust assembly. You have the exhaust fan. There's a 7-inch polyethylene squirrel cage inside of this housing. You got 8-inch pipe, and then the custom design here. Custom designed exhaust manifold. Now for the intake, so I'm going to be sucking a lot of air out of this room, and the room is nearly sealed. I have one more thing to do on the door. So the door, I have to do just a weather strip around here, and that should seal this room up pretty well. I've got a little bit of sealing to do around. You can see the light coming in, but that's going to be caulking from the outside. Okay, the intake system on the inside, from Amazon, 4-inch inline fan, flexible chemical resistant tube, 4-inch PVC pipe, and this goes through the rim joist, through the brick to the outside. So we'll go outside in a sec and I'll show you what I did on the outside. So I'll just turn these on, and this is HEPA filtered air. So this is going to be HEPA filtered air coming into the space. And what I will do, so with this fresh air, I'll take this fresh air and tee it off. For example, I'll tee it off into this opening because this gets quite hot. I'll also tee it off to any components that get hot and just need some fresh air. And then the other thing I'll do is for the exhaust on the blower, the regenerative blower, as well as the in-tank. So these motors, these in-tank motors, I can hook up 4-inch pipe directly to the exhaust. So any motor with a fan is not agitating the air within this space. That air is being exhausted directly into this system. So ideally, you know, I'm gonna have to learn how to make these now because these are not cheap. I think this costs $60. So I'll have to learn how to make some different kinds of filters to capture that. It's kind of like a really fine, like it's salt. It's the copper sulfate primarily that you can see it here. If you look close in this fan, there's kind of a bluish. Maybe I can show it better over here. But these sit over the tanks, and really they recommend that you exhaust this directly instead of having it exhaust into your workspace. So, you know, I won't belabor this point anymore. I will do the same here, 4-inch directly into here, and then I'll have some fresh air coming onto that motor as well. So that's the outside, or the inside of the fresh air system. Now just go outside and show you the outside of it. I covered everything here. I got the regenerative blower, but now that's another step here. I'm basically at the stage now where I'm starting to finish off the tank, and now that I have a new skill, I can upgrade my other tanks as well. So I'm going to do all those upgrades now. For example, making the splash pad, right? So that anything that runs out is going to go into there. And then what I'll do is I'll put a drain in this splash pad, so I can, and then this will be on a slight angle. So what I can do is spray in some distilled water and clean out any of the salt or runoff. Because when you get the bubbler going in here, I think I already said this, but when you get the bubbler going, you know, you can get some spillage. I have a few ideas on how to fix that problem. Okay, so let's go outside. This video is getting kind of long. Just go outside and show you the intake system with the HEPA filter. Okay, so this is the exterior of the exhaust system. The only thing I need to do now is upgrade this. I'm not going to actually use this, but for now it works. But I need to do a little work here, right? Because rain and snow is going to get into here, and also the air is quite loud coming out of this opening. So when you install something like this, it does quiet it. So you can see I have a plastic welded opening. It is going to I'm going to caulk it with you know, those big, what do they call them? The sausage tube. I got a big caulking gun. So that's the exhaust output right there, and then the intake air system. So I have two. There's the 4-inch pipe coming out. 4-inch pipe coming out of the brick. And then, here, let's see if I can get this. Okay, so here's how it works. You got plastic lid with a flange, or sorry, a lip. And what I'm going to do is pour some latex into here to create a seal. So this will seal from the whole idea is to seal this from the elements, right? So that the lid fits on, the water is going to run down, and then the intakes for this HEPA filter here are at the bottom. You see, you got 4 holes at the bottom, and then you have a HEPA filter. And if I can do this with my hands, just take the HEPA filter off, and you can see the PVC pipe cut in such a way as to allow the air to pass through the filter, and the filter just fits perfectly over 4-inch PVC. So HEPA filter over 4-inch PVC inside of a 1/4-inch plastic welded box with a lid, soon to have a seal in it, and then piece of plastic tacked on to the house, and then a bracket screwed to that piece of plastic, so that if I ever need to take this off and do something, I don't have to remove the tack-ons there. But it's serviceable fairly easily. Okay, so that is the, I have to remember which side is which. I have to mark it. There. And these are at a slight angle to allow the water to run off. And then we'll see what happens, but I'm thinking, you know, water's gonna drip down. Will it get sucked up and into this space? So I have to sort of monitor this, and if this is PVC, I can always add, right? Add in pipe, lengthen it. I don't know, we'll see, but it works very well. I can feel the air, you know, being drawn in there. So that's that, guys. That's the lab tour. I have all of this canning to do this weekend. Tons of canning. This jasmine smells amazing. So this weekend I'm gonna can Roma beans. I think they're Romana beans. So today what I'm gonna do is all the dry work, basically. I'm gonna shell everything. I'm gonna make beef stock and French onion soup, which is a component of the baked beans that I make. And then homemade pomodoro sauce, which is also a component of the baked beans. And I'll have, you know, a separate, I got enough tomatoes to make just pomodoro and then baked beans. So that's the plan this weekend. Ground's looking nice. Shed renovation is all done. New shelving. I got more familiar with working with melamine, making these melamine shelves.